So good morning, everybody. I don't know why I did this. First things first, Marley's almost completely healed. Everything seems to be just almost shrunk and gone, so she's doing very well. I got my license, but there's the story to that. Jason's coming tomorrow, and he's going to grill out for us, so we're going to have a little grill out party here. I'm not going to do a video tomorrow. I'll be filming a bunch of stuff with the three of us tomorrow, and I'll put some things on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I plan on it anyway. But I haven't been filming very much. I haven't been feeling that great this week, but I'm doing good. So I wanted to tell you the story. I want to give you good news. You know, we always talk about the negative. I mean, I've had the negative with all these doctors and their whatever. I want to talk about something really wonderful and really positive. and it's the DMV. Shocker. I went to Santa Rosa DMV, and I had been told that I didn't have to wait in line, or I didn't have to do anything. I just had to carry the paperwork over to where they take the photos, the last place you stop, and deliver my papers to them, and they would fill out paper, and that would be it. Worked out perfectly. I got there was nobody there at the photograph, no big deal. And this young man, he was tall, and he might have had a name tag on him. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was so nervous. You know how we get very nervous. So I was standing there. He goes, are you supposed to be here? I go, yes, sir, I am. And then I showed him my paper. I said, I have this paper from the, oh, yeah. So he sits down, and he goes, she didn't fill out the paperwork correctly. And I knew that. I expected that answer. I'm telling you, I have yet to get paperwork from a doctor for DMV that is correctly filled out. The last time it was for my disability, they forgot to put in her doctor's number. I am not kidding you. There were parts she didn't even fill out. Already expected it, just knew I was prepared for this. He goes, wait a minute, let me just take it to a supervisor. And I would say he's 28 to 30. Very young man, very polite, very nice. Let me take it to my supervisor and just re-verify what I'm seeing. So he took it to his supervisor. It was a few minutes, maybe 5. And he brings it back, and he goes, yeah, this piece of paper is no good. It's not been filled out correctly. And he's looking at this paperwork, and he did take it off and throw it away in the trash. I made him dig it out. But anyway, so he's looking at it, and he goes, well, we don't have too many options. I said, so what am I supposed to do? I said, do I have to have more paperwork filled out? What is it that you want me to do? And he's looking and he goes, do you want to take the test again? I go, yeah, I would love to take the test again. Passed it with flying colors, guys. Just passed it with flying colors. He goes, you got your license. So this is great. He was really sweet. And I said to him, why did you give me that, let me take? He goes, because I saw on your paperwork, this doctor's in Vacaville, and I don't think you should have to drive all the way back to Vacaville because of her era, if I could help you in some way. And that was his option, and he could have not offered that to me. I could have had to go back to the doctor, all of it. But once he did, it was perfect. He was so kind, and he was so sweet, and it was so nice to go to DMV and be treated like a human being, and he thought of all the options. He worked it out for me. I wasn't, he worked it out on his own for me. It was beautiful. He was the kindest person, and passed. So I do have my temp. I'll get my real one in about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks is what he said. But I legally can drive. My eyesight is great. I read every line. I had no problem seeing the lines, nothing. I do have a serious problem reading small print up, but far sight, no, I have no problem at all. So, all done, all finished. Everything's good. We're doing really well. We're having lots of frickin' frack moments that are not being filmed. Today we decided, me and Trish, she got this Bullet Express. I'll show you a picture. Hold on just a minute. So we decided we're going to open this Bullet Express and we're going to film it. Now, she got this 15 years ago. Her husband put it away somewhere. She never saw it again. So she didn't remember opening it. She just knew this was from her parents. After her husband passed, she finally got to the garage on his side. He had his cabinets, she has hers. When they got into those cabinets, here was this Bullet Express. I had never seen one. I didn't even know it existed. You know, wasn't watching those channels like CBS, not CBS, but you know, one of those channels they sell it. It was a TV thing, special, whatever. So we decided we're going to open that up. We're going to film us making juice. We're going to film us making meat. We're going to film us doing this stuff. So we get it all out, and I go, and I'm looking at the box, and I go, so where are the instructions? Where are the cookbooks? Where's the information to run this sucker? Because we don't know how to run it, right? And she goes, well, I never opened the box. I said, the box was open. So we figured what they did was, her and her mom opened the box. They pulled out the manual. They pulled out the recipe books. There were 2 of them, to look at it, and they just never put it back in the box, and she has no idea where they are. We can't run this. I have to have a manual. So she did go online, she printed out the instructions, and now we've decided we're going to give it to Jason. It's too much for us. So we're going to give it to Jason. But in the meantime, Trish really has to downsize. She's a hoarder. Not a serious hoarder. You can walk through her house, nothing's piled up, but she just has so... If you've got one of them, she's got 20. So we're talking, because every day she goes, you know, I gotta downsize. And I'm kind of motivating her. You know, I'm Trisha's motivation for downsizing and getting rid of things and thinking, how do we do this without being overwhelmed? She gets overwhelmed in her realm. As adults, we get overwhelmed. I didn't when I was younger. I more so do now. You know, I just look at something and go, oh my gosh. So I always have to figure out how to handle something without being overwhelmed. So I said, well, that cabinet right behind you, she sits in front of a little cabinet, corner cabinet that's built into the wall. So let's open it up. Let's see what's in it. Oh my God. 2 hours later, first she gets overwhelmed. She goes, oh no, I can't do it. I said, you don't have to. We're just talking about it. And now you can think about it, and maybe you can get over the overwhelming and think about what's in that cabinet and decide what you would like to get rid of. And she's looking at it. She says, let's just do it now. And I said, you make up your mind. Whatever you want to keep, you keep. I try to motivate her to get, because we can come up with excuses for everything. Now, Trish is a throwaway. I just throw it away. She had Tupperware. She had Corningware. It was unbelievable, some of the stuff she had. I'll just throw it away. No, you're not, because someone can use that. See, I repurpose. She throws away. So I said, whenever you go through the house, as you're throwing away, I'm taking it out and repurposing. It's true. It's true. She's a thrower, and I'm a recycle. So, and she does recycle some stuff, but she doesn't know how to repurpose. We got most of that, not all of that cabinet. It still looks like it's got half of that cabinet out of there. And it's in 2 huge boxes. We have a complete Corningware set from the early 70s, late 60s, the blue pattern. There are some chips in it. I'm gonna sell it for her. We're gonna have a huge garage sale. This will be, I'm gonna go on Craigslist and list some of this. This is gonna be a little bit higher than what we're gonna sell at the garage sale. There are, and I don't know if you remember, these have got to be from the 70s, 80s, the Tupperware glasses, and they'd have a top on them. She has a whole set of those. She's going to throw them away. She has only the set of 2 of a 4-set canister set from the 70s. She has a lot of stuff, and she just was going to throw it away, you know, but she might have been dead before it ever got thrown away. We did this cabinet, and it took us like 2 hours. Now, we boxed this stuff, we're putting it in the garage. I'm going to sit out in the garage, and I'm going to price things. Clean it, price it. We cleaned everything. And we just got sidetracked. We were never going to do that today. So we just got sidetracked. You know how that goes. But we did one cabinet. And she feels better. She goes, I'm still a little overwhelmed. But you don't have to be. You don't have to do a thing. You don't have to do a thing. You just have to think about it. Let's open it up, look at it, talk about why you need 15 bowls with lids on it. Do you use them? Do you not? You know, we have to just walk through every stage, and then she can do whatever she wants. This is, anytime you downsize, you really have to work through it, because it's really hard to downsize. There's so many sentimental things. Well, and you can come up with a reason or excuse to keep every single thing in that cabinet. You don't have to give anything away. As long as you know it's your choice, and nobody's forcing you to do anything, you're doing it on your own for your own benefit, it's easier. And it's less overwhelming. If she wanted to pick 3 things out and shut that cabinet, she could do it. Anytime you organize, you want to allow yourself an option to just close the door. So when you're downsizing, you have to think about, if you're organized, like her office, you could barely walk in it. So I said to her, why don't you get boxes, put things in boxes, take the boxes out, you know, just put a label on, put them out in the garage, and take your time going through every box. But now you can get into the room. If you can't get into your room, the room is worthless. And there's things like that, you know, where we all have it. We all do it. Particularly people in houses, but in apartments, in trailers, we all do it. And I can't personally throw anything away. My son will tell you. Jason will tell you. I personally have to give it to someone, repurpose it, do something, but I cannot throw away. It's just criminal to me. You know, clothing, we're going to have a free pile. I said, let's just put a free pile out of clothing, and it's just free, so anybody can walk. I really dislike giving to Goodwill or thrift stores. I used to love to do it, but I see how Goodwill's upper management is making so much money, and they're charging way too much for the stuff, and people need things. You know, I'm thinking these Tupperware glasses that are about this high, I mean, they're so cute. And I may talk about this stuff we have for our garage sale. Not that any of you will come, but just because it's for small children, their little hands can fit around them, and it's a drink cup, and you don't have to worry about them dropping it. There's a lid. You can put a lid on it. They can carry it around. They can sip when they need. It's a perfect little glass. It's not a cup. It's a glass, glass shape, Tupperware, and it's the Tupperware lids. So there's a lot we're going to do. We're trying to do this maybe once a week. Just look at one cabinet. We don't have to do anything. We can just look at it, think about it, talk about it. And then when she's ready, we can open that cabinet up and maybe do a little bit, maybe one shelf. It's just all an option. It makes it easier for people to downsize. It's very, very difficult to give up things that you've had for years when you have room for it. So, sorry, I kind of got carried away. So we're going to end this because I got sidetracked. But these are things we're doing on a daily basis. We're trying to figure things out, work in the garden, take care of the animals. And at the same time, she's going to be retiring. And when she does retire, she needs to not have all this stuff on her plate. She wants to travel. She has a big van, and she's kind of built it out. It's a build, no build. And she wants to do that for, you know, a couple of trips. She's a homeowner. She's not wanting to do it all the time, but she hasn't traveled much in her life, and she'd like to. So that's just a little short version of our life right now. I'm still, staying in my van. We'll talk about that. I'll see you next time. Please share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Give you my love.